freaking Lee, bro. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm not gonna lie. Low-key, I was not one of the ones that was hyped by 1046. But 1047, it brought me right back. Not because of specifically everything that happened, just because of everything that's finna happen. That's what's got me hyped right now. Let's do this. What's going on, y'all? Vigilante Urameshi here, back again. I'm ready for this review. We got no cover story this week. That's lucky because I don't want to spend time talking about it, honestly. So in this chapter, we automatically get into Yamato trying to tell Momonosuke, you gotta go ahead and make these flame clouds, bro. We're at a very bad situation right now. Kaido's flame clouds, they're finna die out. Kaido's losing energy. We know this based off this chapter too, because Kaido's going all out. And I'm gonna get to it in a minute. But first, Momonosuke's having this little dilemma. Inside himself, he's kind of doubting himself right now. He's kind of feeling like, damn, bro, like I really want to be able to do this, but I can't right now. Like, these flame clouds won't manifest. I'm thinking about my past right now. He's flashing back to the time when the castle was burning down. Momonosuke around this time was basically like too scared to actually jump into the future and, you know, do this whole, well, if you didn't know, the whole plan was his mom had the power of time, basically. Her devil fruit was the time fruit, Toki fruit. She ended up sending a whole bunch of them to the distant future, 20 years into the future to be exact. And basically, the plan was that they would be able to come back for the final battle. Now, Momonosuke at this point is actually scared to leave. He's actually trying to level with his mom and tell her, like, look, I'd rather you come with me. Like, I would rather you and my sister come with me. I don't want to subjugate y'all to this fate. You know what I'm saying? But Kinemo is like basically pleading with him at this point. Like, look, this castle's burning down. We need to do something, and something is not right now. Odin's already dead. You're the only one that can make a judgment call right now, because since Odin's dead, you're the new, you're supposed to be the new in line for Shogun, you know what I'm saying? But Momonosuke is tripping right now. He's tripping because, like, okay, I'm a little kid. What do you want me to do? Dude's basically really distraught by this situation. And for obvious reason, like, he's a kid being subjugated to all this turmoil around him. His dad just died. Like, he needs a break, low-key. Momonosuke deserves a break. But right now, he has to make a decision. So he goes ahead, with the crying face and all, he decides to go ahead and jump into the future. And he's basically like, he'll never be able to really just face his mother if he continues on this path like this. So he decides to will himself to keep this island afloat, because this is, like I said, this is a problem. The island is actually finna drop now. We get back to the GOAT fight, Luffy versus Kaido. If you didn't know, Luffy grabbed the lightning bolt in the last chapter. No idea where this went. Well, now we do. And Kaido addresses it now. Like, okay, Luffy grabbed the lightning in the sky. He uses it and throws it at Kaido and actually calls the attack Gum Lightning Bolt. That's pretty dope. But Kaido's really not fazed by this. He actually dodges the attack. Like, he dodges lightning. And he's basically taunting Luffy at this point, telling him, like, yo, you can keep playing around, but that's not going to amount to nothing at this point. Luffy is, getting hit by his Kanabo at this point, and he's kind of grabbing on to more lightning and just spinning around it like he's just, gaining his balance again, trying to shoot back at Kaido. But Kaido's still going on, like, speeching about this, He's still going on about, like, how, just because you got a strong devil fruit don't mean that you're going to actually amount to anything, Like, it's plenty of people out here that been having, conquest and didn't have no devil fruits. He actually mentions Roger at this point. We, as a community, we already knew that Roger didn't have a devil fruit. But actually having Kaido admit it at this point kind of changes the game a little bit because he's kind of trying to establish to Luffy that a devil fruit doesn't mean nothing. Like low key, you can still have the strong devil fruit, but what really matters is hockey. But Luffy's still he's still bouncing back, literally. He actually turns the ground into rubber again, bounces off of it when Kaido delivers his attack, throws him into the ground. But Luffy's just bouncing back off the ground like it's a trampoline. That's his power. Kaido comes in with a new attack called Death Destroyer Thunder Bagua, which is basically his same Thunder Bagua, but now it's Death Destroyer on top of it. So maybe this is his strongest Thunder Bagua, maybe. Kaido's got a few Thunder Baguas at this point, but this kind of gives off okay, I'm getting irritated, for real. I've been fighting you for a long ass time. I'm getting tired, winded and shit. When are you going to stay down? Now I'm just gonna give out my Death Destroyer Thunder Bagua. So maybe this will finally put you to death, and it doesn't. Luffy's steadily bouncing back from this. It's phasing him, and it shows. It's still giving the cartoony effects. Luffy's got the spinning birds around his head from getting hit by this blow. But I kind of figured that was gonna happen eventually, because like I said before in previous videos, Luffy's got Toon Force. Kaido actually figures out a weakness of Gear 5th in this chapter too. Apparently Luffy is still weak to slash attacks, which I really didn't expect, but I kind of should have figured it. Just because he awakened doesn't mean that he's become immune to all of his weaknesses. Slash attacks were always a big thing with Luffy's weaknesses anyway. So swords, things like that, anything that's like a blade attack that comes with a cut will affect Luffy. And it does in this chapter because Luffy does something else. He grabs onto Kaido and kind of stretches. He does the thing again where he's stretching his body. It looks like his skin, but it feels like it's his body. He's stretching him again, and he's kind of just hanging on to him. And Kaido's kind of just get the hell off me. And he transforms into his dragon form again now, and he uses his wind attack, the little demolition wind blades or whatever. He shoots them out at Luffy, and it actually cuts him. I'm not gonna lie, you can tell that Luffy's actually feeling this at this point. This is low-key the first time we've seen Luffy get injured for real in Gear 5th. This is that point where, I'm not gonna lie, the final attack is coming. Luffy always gets bombarded with the enemy's kind of strongest techniques at a certain point before he wins a battle, and this is definitely giving off them vibes. I see Luffy getting hit by these wind blades, and I'm shit. Luffy's finna win. He's finna win. The end of the battle's coming. He's got blood spurting out of his mouth and stuff like that. Luffy's definitely finna win this. We actually go back to the festival that's happening below Onigashima, that's happening on the mainland of Wano. All the people are still celebrating right now because, as they plainly state in this chapter, after this festival, we have to go back to being slaves. So let's live it up. Let's turn up, for, the time that we have. And they're celebrating the departed at this point. We actually see Otoku for a little bit. And she's actually sending a lantern out to her father. She was doing this a few chapters back. I can't remember exactly which one. But then we immediately go back to Luffy versus Kaido. And Kaido's sending out another one of his pointless Boro breaths, because he should realize that they're pointless at this point. Luffy kind of just gets the charred effect from it again. He goes back into Afro Luffy again. It phases him, but it's hard to tell if it's actually phasing him though. I know the attacks hurt, but in Gear 5th, it feels like a whole different type of pain, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He's going through pain, but he's not really he's able to fight through it more so than he would be in his other forms, I would say. We go back to the rest of the people that are fighting on Wano, like Hyogoro. Hyogoro's reacting to the island falling at this point, and he's basically letting his people know, like, yeah, it's because Kaido's losing at this point. It's happening. He's running out of energy. The rest of the folks, you know what I'm saying, like Hyogoro's folks, the samurai, basically, the folks that are fighting with Luffy, basically, they're all reacting to, you know what I'm saying, the situation of Kaido actually, what happens when Kaido loses. Because basically, if Kaido loses, they all fall to their deaths. You gotta remember, folks, Kaido is controlling these flame clouds around Onigashima, so if Kaido loses, the flame clouds go away, and Onigashima falls, and they all die. But they're pretty much like, have accepted at this point that, yeah, if Kaido dies, we all, you know what I'm saying, we're screwed anyway. I mean, if Kaido wins, we're screwed anyway. That's what I mean. Like, if he wins, we're gonna go back to right back to being slaves, and that's just more time to basically just fight again another day. No, we need to end this shit now. And I respect him for that, because low-key, we need to end this long-ass saga now. Not that I have too many complaints with it. Just saying, this has literally been the longest arc of One Piece ever. Like, it is surpassed, you know what I'm saying, Dressrosa, which was the longest arc before this one. Then you got Kaido's men, they're reacting to this still, like, y'all, like me basically, they're like, y'all do realize, like, if Luffy loses, y'all still lose, right? And they're like, are y'all crazy? Hyogoro's responding to it like, and if we are, so what? You know what I'm saying? We've literally been living under y'all's thumb, like, for years upon years now, like longer than 20 years at this point. We're done with this. Like, come on, bro. If you didn't know, last time Raizo used his ultimate jutsu to basically use a lot of water he got from Zunisha to basically send around Onigashima to basically put out the fire that's been going on. That's been a problem like this whole arc. We really haven't really just paid much attention to it since last chapter. It was another problem I had with last chapter. Too much reaction to the fire. But Jinbei helps him out with this. And, you know what I'm saying, uses his fishman karate to basically direct the water around the castle. And that's how we end up running into Usopp in this chapter, because Usopp's still running away from the fire. And the water actually catches up to him at this point. So I'm kind of thinking that at this point, the water has basically reached all parts of Onigashima now. So maybe we won't have to deal with that no more. But then we run into some bitch ass shit. Okay, this is my one gripe with this chapter. Oda, you could have left this alone. You could have left this literally out of the chapter or out of the story, period, and we would have just accepted that this motherfucker was dead. He needs to be dead. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Orochi's back. Apparently, with all the stuff that's been happening, like through the castle, the rumblings and all that stuff, like maybe talking about, you know, when Luffy was doing all this fighting with Kaido, all the rumblings have been making like the castle shake, and apparently this allowed this one sea stone nail that was keeping Orochi from doing anything, basically. It frees it. Oh my god, I hate Orochi. Like, seriously, Oda, we do not need this character no more. Are you really just keeping him there so you can have like that one character that just pisses everybody off? I kind of think that that's what you're doing. The chapter ends at this point basically where Luffy has called out to Momonosuke at this point. And when Luffy does, Momo reacts like, what the fuck? Because Luffy has created a fist with some armament hockey, it looks like, on top of it. He's created a fist that's the size of the castle, maybe just the rooftop. It doesn't matter. His fist is encompassing the sky. Okay, the lightning bolt wasn't enough. for the audience, not for Kaido, not for Kaido. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm fighting him, but it wasn't enough for the audience. No, I'm gonna end this the way that I'm supposed to end this. A giant fist. He literally says again, like, I'm into this. I'm ending this now, but in order for me to land this blow that I'm gonna do, I need you to move the castle out of the way finally. I know I told you a few chapters back to, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and handle that, you know what I'm saying? You've been doing good. You've been keeping the castle afloat while I fight this nigga. But now his energy is running out, and Luffy's it looks like Luffy at least knows this at this point, like that Kaido's energy is running out, and this attack is probably just gonna be what does it. So I need you to go ahead and move the castle. That's probably going to be the main thing about next chapter. I'm thinking, like, either that or we might get more fight with Luffy. It kind of seems a little bit too easy that Luffy's just guessed at this point that, okay, this fist, this attack, this gear 5th gigantic fist that I'm finna do is gonna be enough to take out Kaido. I feel like, I wanna say I'm underestimating, you know what I'm saying, Kaido at this point, but it does feel like we need to go ahead and give a little bit of a moment to Momonosuke finally, because this is his moment. This is really what his moment is going to amount to. Him finally conjuring his own flame clouds and getting this burning castle out of the way so Luffy can unleash cartoon hell on Kaido. As for Hiyori dealing with the Hydra that is Orochi at this point, not gonna lie, it finally seems like Denjiro time. Finally seems like a point where Oda's like finally written out a section for Denjiro to finally pop up and save Hiyori. That's the only way I see that happening. Like, Hiyori it doesn't seem like she thought that moment out too well. Like, it seems like her only plan was to put the nail in him, which was a good plan. She snuck the sea stone nail in him that turned off his devil fruit powers, and she was probably gonna just stab him at that point. But it seems like the plan here now is, okay, Hiyori's fucked because he's transformed back into his Yamato no Orochi form. So the only thing that I can see happening out of this is Denjiro pops back up, slices the last head off, and that's the end of Orochi. Hopefully. This guy does not need no redemption. Like, his character's annoying. Oda, if you're that afraid to kill characters, we're literally giving you one at this point. I know the community is saying the same thing. There are no Orochi fans out here. Like, zero. None. There is no way you're saying that you're a fan of Orochi. If you're a fan of Orochi, what's wrong with you, bro? Stop it. Just stop it. You are not impressing anybody. That's the end of the chapter. We've got Luffy looming this gigantic fist over dragging Kaido's body, basically. And this might be the end. Low-key, I kind of see it. I kind of see next chapter, which is going to be in another 2 weeks. We were on break this week. So, we were on break last week, actually. So, next week, we won't get one. We'll get one the Thursday after, 9 times out of 10. Because it seems like that's what we're going for with the early releases now. Usually we got them on Fridays, but now it seems like Thursday has become the new thing again. Like, the hype is real, and I guess the translators have been on it too, like TCB. Good job. Y'all on y'all shit. Y'all are on y'all shit. Like, so many weeks back to back, and we were literally on break like last week, and y'all came back with another chapter like that early on a Thursday. Oh my God, this is a good day to get off work. I am incredibly tired. Just to you know what I'm saying, clear that up now. It was hype. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. I will give it an 8 out of 10. Not gonna give it the full 10 out of 10 because of Orochi. He brought the chapter down to a whole 2 points. A whole 2 points. I do not stand for that. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Like, do that. I appreciate y'all. I really want y'all to run that subscriber count up for real. Like, I really want y'all to get in the comments too, because like, I really want to talk to y'all about this One Piece stuff, honestly. I'm actually thinking of a whole new video right now. Like, I've been thinking about it for like 2 weeks now. I started watching this series, and I'm not going to spoil what it is yet, but just know that character who is in that series, the main character of that series, is literally my spirit animal. And that's mainly because I'm very lazy. Now, you'll just have to stick around to find out who this mystery anime character is, won't you? Yeah, that hypes you up. I know it does. Anyway, I'm gone, y'all. I'm gonna go get some rest. I've had a long day. Thank you for coming out to watch this. Come back for some more One Piece when you're ready. See y'all later. All right.